and welcome to Round Robin. I'm your host, Robin McCormick with the City of Hampton. And today we are talking to you cigarette smokers and people who are around you and care about you. And we want to tell you about the Great American Smokeout. My guest is Megan DeWitt from the Health Department.
Hi.
Welcome.
Thank you.
I thought, smoking is out, right? There was a huge decline. People stopped smoking. It's not a problem anymore.
Oh, wouldn't that be great? Still a problem, still the leading preventable cause of death here in the United States.
You're kidding.
Nope. So even though our numbers are declining with cigarette smoking, it's still a huge problem.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So why is that? Like, really and truly now, people know the dangers of smoking. Like,
They
we
do.
can sit there and tell them.
Absolutely, we can.
But I think they really know.
I think they
yet
do.
They're still smoking. What?
They do.
What is that?
So I think a lot of it just goes right down to the nicotine. That's the addictive substance that's found in cigarettes. And once you start, it actually changes the chemical makeup in the brain. So you're automatically addicted to them. So I think studies are showing that more and more smokers, they want to quit, but it's really hard for them to quit. So although we're seeing a decline in the cigarette use, we're also seeing an incline in e-cigarette use or vaping.
Vaping. It's huge
It is
now.
huge.
I mean, there's like a store on every corner.
Yes.
And I'm like, who is doing this? Where are they doing this?
Everywhere, yeah. So of course you can drive through the community, you can see the vape shops, you can go into convenience stores and get them, and they range. You can get what they call vape pens that just look like a single cigarette to a tank system that's kind of like an e-hookah that some people refer to it, but it's just a big cartridge, so they can get them anywhere.
Well, Megan, there's something about smoking. I mean, I know that the public perception has changed. It used to be like the cool thing in the movies and everybody. They've stopped doing it in movies. It's not portrayed anymore,
Correct.
but always the younger generation finds something. It's
They
with
do.
cigarettes, it was hookah, it's vaping. I mean, is it an act of rebellion? Is it like, I try to be cool?
Well, I think that has a lot to do with it. With cigarette smoking, the big tobacco companies, they marketed it heavily. We saw it in TV
Yes,
and
yes.
magazines, and then that went away. Well, with the new vaping e-cigarettes, all of a sudden marketing reappears, and now you see it everywhere.
More
You
it's
see billboards,
regulated.
and you
it just
see
popped up.
Exactly. So you've got that constant stimulation, I think, and then with the youth, it just quickly became the cool thing to do.
Well, here's the thing too. I think there's a perception that it's safe,
Correct.
and it's not really safe.
It's not.
It is probably safer.
It is. So that's a great question. So the Center for Disease Control, they say yes, if you're going to use these cigarettes, it is safer than traditional cigarettes.
If you smoke cigarettes already, it could be a step toward quitting. It at least takes out some of the secondhand smoke issues from your family and the people around you.
Yes and no.
Darn.
So yes, they're safer. No, they're not safe.
Right.
With that, and kind of to your point, is they're still exhaling an aerosol that contains chemicals.
And tiny little
Particles. So you still have that secondhand smoke exposure even with these cigarettes.
Oh, wow.
The problem is there isn't sufficient evidence yet to support how harmful that is to others or how harmful it is to the individual using the e-cigarette. We know it's not safe, we know there's chemicals, and kind of like with traditional cigarettes, we know down the road we're going to find that there are significant health effects that we may not know of now.
Well, and I think, the nicotine issue, I mean, clearly people try to quit and it's hard.
They
So
do.
if you're starting with vaping with nicotine, you know now that it's not really
the best thing to do is
problem thing.
don't start. Yeah.
It's so hard to quit.
It is hard to quit, and we know now that if we can reach youth, especially before they turn 18, roughly in that time frame, we can prevent
There's
them.
another trouble age. I think 22-ish, I think,
exactly.
maybe.
But we know if we can reach that demographic, we can potentially prevent them from becoming adult smokers. So that's huge, is getting that message out to the youth that this isn't the cool thing. There are health risks associated with it, so just don't start.
Right. Just don't
Definitely.
start.
Yeah.
Well, on the Great American Smokeout,
Yes.
what is the concept? What is the date?
So, Great American Smokeout is an annual event put on by the American Cancer Society, and the Virginia Department of Health is helping to promote that this year. It's held the third Thursday in November every year. So
All
this
right,
year it falls
a week
on
before Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it
Good
falls on
time.
November 16th, and it's basically an event that challenges current smokers to quit. So
For a day.
For a day. Now with that,
Sort of that one day at a time.
yeah, it is. And I mean, quitting for a day has significant health benefits to you, but it's also kind of a starting point to either make a plan to quit moving forward or to make a plan now and use November 16th as a quit date.
Right. It's in the back of
specifically.
your mind. It's in the back of
Correct.
almost every smoker's
Yeah,
mind. I know I need to quit.
Yeah.
But I'll put that off.
Absolutely.
So this gives them a deadline.
It does. Gives them a specific date to focus on and move forward with that plan.
Now, you mentioned the American Cancer Society, and certainly that's the best known cause of death for smokers. But, you know, I will tell you, my uncle died of emphysema, my grandmother died of congestive heart failure, and it was all related to lifelong smoking habits for both of them.
Well, I mean, smoking it affects every aspect of our body. Our eyes, our teeth, our skin, internally, heart disease, lung disease, and then just a multitude of cancers. So,
and when you stop, you begin to actually heal and reverse the damage that's already been done.
Almost
which
immediately.
Is huge.
Yeah, almost
And
immediately.
that's not true of everything.
It isn't.
You know, there's an amazing opportunity out there.
There is.
So what do
Yes.
we say to people who want to quit, know they want to quit, and just can't figure out how to make it work? Because people relapse. I mean, I don't know what the studies show, but it's multiple times usually.
It is. And I think before I get into kind of the resources that are available, I think for those people who are really serious about quitting, enlist the help of your friends and families first. Let them know what your plan is so that you have some support going into it. And it's important for friends and family to, what do I want to say? Not put down when you relapse.
Right.
Encourage you. Yay, you quit for a day. You quit for 3 days. That's great. Keep moving forward. So I think that's kind of the first step is just to enlist help. But beyond that, studies have proven that if you use 2 or more sources, you're more successful. So with that, I mean getting counseling and then maybe using nicotine replacement therapy or prescription medication to help you with that. Because again, it is an addiction. So some of us can't just quit cold turkey.
Right.
Some of us are
people
successful.
can. Like,
Absolutely.
I don't know what the difference is, if it's chemical, if it's the way their brain works. You know, some people can, but it's pretty hard.
Absolutely.
Some people cut down gradually.
Yes. So the state of Virginia has a free quit line for anyone who wants to quit. You just call the number 1-800-QUIT-NOW, and it is a free service. So there's free counseling, free self-help materials. If you have insurance, they will work with your insurance company to help get medications for you. So all you have to do is pick up the phone and make the call.
So when you say medications, what kinds of things are available? Is it treating the nicotine? Is it making you averse?
It's both. So there's
Blocks the receptors?
Yeah, most of them that people are familiar with are like the nicotine patches. But then there are actual medications that help suppress that as well and help work with the chemical makeup.
That's really good.
Yeah. So there are resources available to people who are serious about quitting.
And a lot of times it takes something to really prompt that.
It
is
does.
the arrival of a baby, a grandchild or a child, when you suddenly realize, oh, I can take these risks with my life. I don't want to
Absolutely.
take this risk.
Yeah, because even if you don't really want to do it for yourself, you're benefiting the health of those around you by quitting. So whether it's firsthand, secondhand, or thirdhand smoke, you're.
And you also set an example for children.
You do.
They tend to follow,
Yep.
but not always right away.
Yeah, and I can tell you that most smokers don't want to see children smoke. They know it's bad. It's just very hard to quit. So yeah, making that first step is the right way to go.
Okay. Well, is there anything else we need to say to motivate people? How can we
just
encourage more people to
Yeah.
participate in this?
Work towards that day.
The money. I will tell you,
saving
this was
money.
my brother's
Yeah.
strategy. Is when he quit, every amount he would have spent on a pack of cigarettes went into a separate account. And when he had enough money, he learned to scuba dive. And his
That's
lungs were in better shape.
fantastic.
But, you know, reward yourself.
Take a vacation.
Or,
Yeah.
you know, put it towards something you need. But
Absolutely.
think about it, put it in a jar and look at it. Like, this is a pack of cigarettes right
That
here.
would motivate me.
Yeah, I mean, I think when people realize, as you said, multiple things,
Right.
look at all the aspects of it.
Absolutely, that was a great point. Yes, just the financial savings that you're going to gain alone.
Changes your life in a
It
whole lot of
does.
ways.
It sure does. Absolutely, and you're going to be healthier. So there you go.
Okay, so tell us one more time that 1-800 number.
1-800-QUIT-NOW.
That should be easy to remember.
Easy to remember.
Okay, thanks, Megan.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching. I hope that if you do smoke, whether it's traditional cigarettes or vaping, that you will stop and think about that and try the Smokeout one day, see how it goes, and think about what you're doing for your health and for the health of those around you. Thanks for watching.